Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead. Today I have an all Aldi grocery haul for you. So we are a family of 7. My husband and I, and then we have 5 children aged 14 down to 4. I am a stay-at-home mom and we homeschool our kids, so we eat all of our meals at home. So please keep that in mind when you see how much food we purchase, because we're not relying on any school breakfasts or lunches. I wouldn't be eating out for work or something like that, so we eat a lot of food at home. My husband also is a semi-truck driver, and he takes food with him in his truck as much as possible so that he's not eating out, 1 for health reasons and then 2 for budget reasons. He does, when he is a trainer, so he trains new drivers, and they do get a small budget for feeding both of them when they're out. So that helps, but he does still have to buy some of his stuff. But trying to think of other things to tell you. My husband and I eat low carb for health reasons, me more than him. And we do generally as a family eat low carb, but my kids are not like 100% low carb keto by any stretch of the imagination. We are also in a season of needing a little bit of assistance in our grocery budget because of a whole lot of factors. And so we visit a couple of food pantries in our area. So that also plays into our food budget in saving us some money in a lot of different ways. Because of that, you won't see as much snacky items. We very rarely buy potato chips. Yeah, but it is kind of just randomly. Yeah, I'm rambling. Anyway, trying to think if there was anything else. We usually have a budget of between $500 and $600 a month for groceries, and that is with the food pantry. If it wasn't with the food pantry, I do not doubt that we would spend upwards of $1,000 on groceries, because of all of the fun inflation that's going on right now. And usually how this works is I will grocery shop. I will meal plan and grocery shop for 2 weeks at a time plus. So I meal plan for a couple of weeks, and then the third and fourth weeks, usually we will play around with what we have gotten from the food pantry, what I have on hand, what we haven't run out of. And that's what I meal plan off of and just kind of wing it on those. And usually about 3 weeks in, we will make a small grocery trip, or I'll have my husband make a small grocery trip to pick up the things that we are out of that we do need. A lot of times fresh fruits and vegetables, milk, that kind of thing. So, all right, let's take a look at my meal plan for the next couple of weeks, give or take. I have 14 down. And that's actually more than 2 weeks because we do pizza every Friday night and then we do leftovers on Sundays. So this should last us a little bit more than 2 weeks. So we have kids' request of Big Mac salad and Chinese food both. Soups, trying to get in soups as much as possible while it's still cold. Big salads. Breakfast for dinner is a huge favorite. We still have a bunch of canned salmon from the food pantry, so salmon patties again. Chicken chunks. Oh, I was going to say, the other thing that I do is I usually just meal plan for the main dish, and then I always make sure that I have veggies, fresh, frozen, canned, on hand for making whatever sides I can come up with. Anyway, chicken chunks is like chunks of chicken, and then sometimes I will bread them, sometimes I don't, and then seasoned salt. It's super simple, but it's a family favorite. It's something my mom used to make when I was a kid. Ham and broccoli cheesy casserole. This is a new one, creamy crockpot Tuscan chicken, and it's on Pinterest. I'm trying to do, like Mondays especially, do something in the crockpot, or something that like I can pre-make just to make Mondays go a little bit smoother. Shepherd's pie. One evening, although it's not going to be shepherd's pie, it's going to be cottage pie. Shepherd's pie is with ground lamb because shepherds, or ground sheep. Cottage pie is any other ground meat. So it'll probably actually be deer and ground turkey mixed. That just has been sounding really good. Chicken patties, I have fair number of the pouches and cans of pre-cooked diced chicken, and I have a recipe that makes chicken nuggets, and I can make them into chicken patties. So I was thinking we would do those, and then I might end up like picking up some burger buns from Food Pantry and doing like chicken sandwiches, kind of like maybe Chick-fil-A-ish or something along those lines. Maybe do like lettuce, pickles, that kind of thing on them. Sausage sheet pan meal is smoked sausage and then whatever vegetables I have on hand, and it's all just kind of roasted on a sheet pan. On Saturdays, I usually make something big. So a whole chicken roasted one night, and then we have the rack of lamb or lamb chops that I'm going to do another night to use that up as kind of the big meal. I do still have a thing of ribs in the freezer as well that I need to get used. They're intimidating, so I haven't made them yet. So, all right, so that's our dinners. I do not plan breakfasts. My kids eat. I bulk bake muffins, and then they can have sausage patty, sausage links, scrambled eggs, fried eggs, whatever, and then fruit is what they do for breakfast. And then lunches, we have a set menu, but it's pretty simple. Either lunch meat, cheese, charcuterie board type things is Monday and Friday. Tuesdays we do chicken nuggets, and I'm going to do those homemade using those cans and pouches of chicken. Wednesday I have salami or summer sausage and cheese cubes, charcuterie board style. Thursdays we do quesadillas or grilled cheese sandwiches, and a lot of times I'll do like a simple soup with that as well. So let's take a look at how I am going to make those meals happen. All right, we have the dairy section, a gallon of milk. Every Saturday I make a big breakfast, and I'll do like pancakes, waffles, French toast, something along those lines. So that's what the whipped cream is for. The heavy whipping cream is for that Tuscan chicken, and then I use it for, I will make whipped cream with it for on like hot chocolate or something like that. Other soups, casseroles, whatnot. I shred all of our cheese because pre-shredded cheese has like cellulose in it that ups the carb content, whereas block cheese does not. So I shred our cheese and then I freeze it in these containers. And a pound of cheese, yeah, I think it's a pound of cheese fits in each one of those. So I just freeze it in those and then pull one out whenever I need one. So there are 4 mozzarella and 4 sharp cheddar, and then there are 3 Colby Jack for snacky lunches. The goat cheese is Sunday nights. I do snacky dinner and do, that's what we call it, and it's all charcuterie board stuff. So those are for those, and we will do this. One of these will last us a week. We go through one in that evening, and I still have, I think, either 1 or 2 left in the refrigerator, so I didn't get a whole month's worth. My husband snuck this into the cart while I wasn't looking for him. He has a sweet tooth, and he's trying to behave himself on the low carb. He struggles with it a little bit more than I do. I have to do it for blood sugar reasons. He's doing it more just general health and weight loss. So he has a harder time behaving himself. So he has a sweet tooth, though. I picked up vanilla ice cream because we have gotten the Zevia root beers, so I was going to do root beer floats. And then we've got a birthday this month, and they requested apple pie with ice cream as their birthday dessert. They can pick whatever they want, whether it's a cake or ice cream or pie, cookies. It's whatever they want for dessert, so that's what they picked. We have 2 things of cream cheese for casseroles, soups, whatever else I come up with to make. I just realized I forgot something. 2 things of salted butter, some strawberry cream cheese to put on bagels for breakfasts, some sour cream for if we do taco anything. Sometimes I will add it to soups, casseroles, whatnot. Cottage cheese as a side dish for meals. 3 things of Greek yogurt for breakfasts. The pie dough for the apple pie, yes, I lazed out. I could make that from scratch. I just don't want to. Some ham to do the ham and broccoli casserole. and then maybe end up doing like the ham and broccoli soup with it as well, depending on how far that goes. 2 things of sausage for breakfast for dinner. Lunch meat for the snacky lunches. Normally I get this because it's cheaper, but I have had a couple of these containers break. Like I said, I use them for storing cheese in, so I paid a little bit extra for these, and that way I have the containers as well. We've got a thing of burgers. This is one of my go-to lunches. When I need something for lunch, I will throw a couple of those in a skillet and saute some zucchini and have that for lunch. Egg Life wraps are my husband and I's tortilla alternative. He uses them for quesadillas. We use them for like tacos, and then like lunch meat wraps, that kind of thing. Brussels sprouts, because yum. We have a bunch of ground deer meat in our freezer from my husband getting a couple of deer this past fall. I am not a huge deer meat fan. It's very gamey to me. So whenever I cook deer meat, I will do a pound of ground deer meat and a pound of ground turkey to kind of cut the gaminess a little bit, and then it's not quite so overwhelmingly red meat flavor. So that's what those are for. And man, those have gone up in price. I used to buy these for 99 cents a pound, and I think they're $2.75 now. This was actually on sale. I had down to just buy like the Aldi brand, and this was cheaper than the Aldi brand. So I went ahead and picked up 2 of those because I will freeze it. I will portion that out into probably that'll be 2 meals worth. I'm trying to see. Oh, yeah, 2.5 pounds. So that's 2 meals worth. And I will probably go ahead and slice it and then freeze it in quart baggie, and then I've got sausage ready for me, which is nice. Plus the shelf life, not shelf life, but like they are good until May. So even if I just put them in the refrigerator, they would probably last until we need them. 2 bags of boneless, skinless chicken thighs for the Tuscan chicken, the Chinese food. I'm trying to think what else was on there. Chicken chunks. Yeah, so that's what those are for. Plus, I like to just throw a couple of those in the air fryer and have for me for meals as well, just to have something easy to eat. Breakfast, the pre-cooked breakfast sausage and sausage links are for the kids. Even my 6-year-old with assistance can make that in a skillet, and he does those in the microwave if he needs to. So even he can make his own if he needs to. It makes for a nice morning for me when the kids are halfway making their own breakfast. So, all right, I am going to go run around like a chicken with my head cut off and get these things put away, and then I'll be back with the next round. All right, we have the fruits and vegetables, and I forgot one cold thing. We got 2 dozen eggs, which made me tear up in the grocery store. We love our homegrown eggs, but we are getting like 0 to 1 eggs a day from our like 30 hens. So because it's cold, I understand why. I don't blame them. But I need to do a bulk batch of baking muffins again, so I needed eggs. And eggs for breakfast if the kids want them. Usually they won't eat eggs during the winter if they're store-bought eggs because they just don't taste as good. So yeah, I can't blame them. I really can't. All right, veggies wise, we got cucumbers for snacky lunches. 2 things of cauliflower. We use these in place of potatoes for mashed potatoes. So like when I make the cottage pie, I will use that as the topping on it instead of mashed potatoes. And then I feel like I had one other one that I was going to do mashed potatoes with, and I don't remember what it was. So that's what we use that for my husband and I. If I'm making mashed potatoes like as a side dish, I will do potatoes for the kids and the cauliflower for me and my husband. 3 things of broccoli for soups, side dishes, whatnot. And what I usually do, I don't like store-bought frozen broccoli. 1, it's so much more expensive. And then 2, I don't care for the texture of it. So what I will do is a couple of these, I will go ahead and blanch and freeze myself because for whatever reason I don't mind the texture of it like that. So I don't know, it's weird. Most of the time I just put these in the refrigerator and we get them used before they start to turn. But if they do start to turn, then I'll freeze the extra. Lettuce for salads. 3 things of cherry tomatoes for snacky lunches. And once again, we are so ready for garden fresh tomatoes already in the middle of winter. The thing that I forgot is normally I pick up mini peppers and I totally spaced picking those up, which is a bummer because my kids have been really liking those. So that may be something that if my husband's in town, I will have him stop and pick up a couple bags of those. Some zucchini for me mostly. We talked about the eggs already. A bunch of bananas, bunches of bananas. My kids eat these just like as a fruit, but then also, I make protein popsicles. I need to do a video on my protein popsicle recipe that uses banana in it. And so most of these I will peel, break into 2 pieces, and freeze on a cookie sheet, and then put them in gallon Ziploc bags. And that way they don't stick to each other. So I can pull out 1 or 2 pieces to do that, to make the popsicles with. And they also use them for smoothies. Avocados for the salads. Love avocado on my salad. I didn't used to like avocado. I do now. The grapes were on sale for $1.19 a pound, so not a bad price. And the kids really like when they have grapes with pizza on Friday night, so that's what those will probably be for. We got a thing of the mandarin oranges and a thing of the regular oranges because my kids devour oranges during the winter. Vitamin C. I know that that's what they're doing is they're craving it. And then I picked up a thing of gala or gala, depending on who you ask, because I say one and my husband says the other. That's my favorite apple, and most of the kids like it. It's kind of that in between on not too tart and not too sweet, not too crisp and not too soft kind of thing. But then one of my little guys said, can we get some of the really tart apples? So I picked up a bag of those as well. And right now we still have quite a bit of canned pears and canned apples left and applesauce. So I'm trying to push that. So I didn't pick up any pears or any peaches or anything like that because I'm trying to get them to eat those over the winter since we have them. So all right, that is round 2. I'm going to go run around like a chicken and put this stuff up, and I'll be back with the shelf-stable stuff. All right, last round. I have the receipt in my hand, and I realized I need to not have the receipt in my hand, so we're going to set that over there. Okay, this is the shelf-stable items. I know I said I do not normally buy a lot of snacky stuff, but I feel like we have not been getting as much snacky stuff from the food pantry here lately. Don't know why. It just seems to ebb and flow on what we get. A lot of times we'll have like seasons where we get a bunch of meat and then seasons where we don't, or times when we get a bunch of snacky stuff and like no vegetables. So I did buy some snacky stuff. We've got some of these pouches. They really like these. Those are really good. And then the mini oatmeal ones, animal crackers with milk. Vanilla wafers with milk are popular right now. And it's once a day my kids get to pick something out of what we call the snack box, which is that shelf down there. I don't even know why it's called a snack box anymore. There's a basket and then things not in a basket. So some of the peanut butter chocolate chip. Normally I buy the variety pack, but this was all that they had. So I bought those. This is my sneak into the cart thing. And they are, if you're eating low carb, they are only essentially 1 carb per cookie. So I don't eat a whole lot of them. I eat like a couple of them for dessert kind of thing. This was, the kids just begged for this, so I caved and got 1 package of it. It'll be gone in 1 setting. And then let's scooch back here. Squeezy pouches because my 4-year-old thinks they're the best thing ever. And then I make my own trail mix. So I bought stuff to do it because we were almost out. So a thing of the honey roasted nuts, a thing of the mixed nuts. I also have like walnuts and almonds that I will add to this that we have gotten from the food pantry. a thing of the cocktail peanuts. That's the cheapest way to buy the peanuts. We also have raisins from the food pantry recently. They wanted M&Ms instead of chocolate chips this time, and then some of the golden raisins. So I just mix all of it into a big container or like half-gallon mason jars, and they'll get like a little cup of it for snack. This was the other thing that I snuck into the cart. They picked the M&Ms. I love peanut M&Ms. These will last me probably 6 months. It wouldn't surprise me because I will only eat literally a few of them at a time. But you can see I've already been into them. Non-snack items. We have 2 things of flour tortillas for quesadillas, lunch meat rolls, and like I will roll them up and then toast them in a pan so that they kind of are almost like a grilled cheese. And then tacos. We've got, they had these big bags of chocolate chips on sale still, so I went ahead and picked up another bag because I'm going to do that big muffin baking, and I always make a lot of chocolate chip muffins because that's pretty much everybody's favorite. I was completely out of vanilla extract, and woof, that stuff is expensive. I need to make my own because I know that that's cheaper, or go to using fake vanilla because these were like $5.25 a bottle. 2 things of ranch seasoning for, I don't have either one on the menu, but we did do the Mississippi pot roast that was really good and everybody liked it. And then the cracked chicken. So I have those available for if on a whim I decide to make those. The drink flavorings are how I get my kids to drink water. And they had these 2 new flavors that we're going to try, lemonade and tropical punch. The strawberry watermelon is my favorite, and then the orange tangerine is pretty much everybody likes it. The dill pickles are mostly for the Big Mac salad. And then if we do the chicken salad or chicken sandwiches for that, burgers, you know the drill. Sugar and flour for heavy baking day. 2 things of French fried onions. We use these as salad toppers. I very rarely make green bean casserole, but this is also something that they sometimes don't carry all year round, so they're still carrying it because of Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter. So I pick it up while they have it, and that way I kind of will stockpile a few bags so that we have them all year round. Quick oats for baked oatmeal for breakfasts, and then just oatmeal. I have a few kids that will eat oatmeal for breakfast. I do not understand oatmeal and the appeal of oatmeal. It tastes awful to me. It's so bland. A thing of sweet and sour sauce for the Chinese food night. Barbecue sauce for whatever we come up with for. 2 things of cooking spray. The Parmesan cheese is for making the chicken nuggets and the chicken patties. It is, I will try to post the recipe on how I do those in the show notes. It's just a short. And then I use it for like breading things. Yeah. Some honey for yogurt bowls, mostly on croissants for breakfasts. My brain is starting to shut down. Sorry. We've been up since very early this morning because we had doctor's appointment early this morning, an hour drive away. So my brain is starting to shut down, and I haven't eaten yet today, and I'm hungry. Some salsa con queso, pepperoni for pizza nights, the summer sausage for snacky lunches. Snack sticks are if my kids are hungry after a meal. Number 1, if there are any leftovers, they have to come in and have some leftovers. If there are no leftovers or they have eaten leftovers and they're still a little bit hungry, they can get a meat stick, a string cheese, a spoonful of peanut butter, hard-boiled eggs if I have them, which is usually just during the summer, a spoonful of peanut butter, a squeezy pouch, or a homemade protein popsicle. So they're getting protein and fat except for the squeezy pouches. That's the only thing that's not. So this is one of the things that they can come in and pick. And I don't feel horrible about giving them those. Non-food item is trash bags, and then pork rinds. That is for breading. This is my tortilla chip alternative, so I will like dip tortilla chips in queso, that kind of thing. And then I did pick up some tortilla chips because we have not gotten tortilla chips in quite a while from Food Pantry, and we will use those for like tacos, taco salad, taco dip, yeah, anything along those lines. So, all right, that is everything. I'm going to fetch my receipt again. I have it folded to hide any information that you don't need to know. So like I said, our goal is between $500 and $600 for the month. This is the first time we have went in January. We did have 2 small other things that were like a Dollar General trip for a couple of items, that kind of thing. Like burger buns. So far we haven't spent really much of anything yet this month. So this will last us well into February. And yeah, it's just kind of the way that we budget is weird on that. It's not like we don't go grocery shopping at the beginning of the month. We go when it works, usually when we go to doctor's appointment because we're in town already. So our total was $416.75, which is a little on the higher than I would. Okay, well, not really, because we hadn't been yet. The end of December was the last time we went, so it has been close to a month since we went last. So yeah, I kind of expected that to an extent, but that also leaves us a little bit of wiggle room for the rest of the month. Like I said, we've probably spent 25 or so far. But yeah, we don't eat out or anything like that. So whether we go any more this month, like I said, having my husband stop and pick up the mini peppers, and then if I need burger buns when we don't have them from a food pantry. I'm rambling. My brain is shutting down. I need to hush. So I am going to finish putting this up and then go have some lunch. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. If you have any suggestions or, I don't know, drop something in the comments. Talk to me. I love the comments. I read all of them without a doubt. I try to respond to any questions, and at least some comments, I can't respond to them all, but I'm here. I'm listening. I promise. I literally do read every last comment. Also, I hit 5,000 subscribers just recently, which is just like, my brain is absolutely mind blown. I am so incredibly humbled because I never expected to hit that number. And I'm excited, and you guys have no idea how much I enjoy this. I am a very creative person. I love crafting and creating and inventing and whatnot. And so this is a huge creative outlet for me that I just absolutely love. And I love the fact that you guys are riding through life with me and doing this with me. I love hearing the comments of, oh, I tried that recipe, or, oh, that looks delicious, or the ones that really hit me are I humbled myself and went to the food pantry because of you, and I'm getting help because of you. Going to the food pantry was extremely humbling for me. I cried the entire way there, and I cried the entire way home the first time we went. So knowing that somebody else is getting help and is going to make ends meet and isn't going to struggle, and their kids are getting fed and they're getting fed, is why I do this. That's why I say, if you need help, go. Because if you need help, go. It's going to be okay. That's what our communities are there for. So thank you so much for helping me hit 5,000. Maybe one of these days I'll hit 10,000. Probably not. If I do, I'm going to throw a party. I don't know. So yeah. All right. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.